gonna go Chevy, and
All
then we're
right.
gonna go Tootie, and then we're gonna go Blasian, and then we're gonna go Lottie, and then we're gonna go soy sauce. Go ahead, Chevy.
I bet.
All right. What's going on, everybody? I'm sorry. This here is just, I think, very educational. For somebody like me, I'm 36 years old, no kids. I do make six figures a year. Um, I got a question for you, Gabby.
Okay.
Do you know what it takes to be a wife?
Yes, I think I
Can
do.
you elaborate?
Well, I mean, I feel like everybody's different, and maybe people want different things. I'm very traditional. I grew up in a Caribbean household. I've
Mm,
been cleaning, doing laundry. Like I have four brothers. I take care of them. I pretty much raise them myself. Like,
Gabby, Gabby,
yeah.
talk to me. Because what you're saying, I can do it myself.
But do you want to do it yourself and
I
work?
don't have the, I don't have, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. So
You
what
do.
can you offer me right now, Gabby? What can you offer me right now?
Well, I can offer. I feel like I'm submissive. I feel like I'm um relatable, funny. Like you're
I
gonna
got
have.
friends and family that can be relatable and funny.
Well, I feel like it goes back to, what do you want? Like, do you like me? Am I someone that you would like, that you would consider?
I don't see a problem with you, but I think we need to stay focused on the question. I don't want to go
Well,
around
that
the
that
question.
the answer would be what is right for that person, right? Because like
No,
I don't.
no. The question was, what can you offer me? Well, tell me about yourself. I mean, we said you're funny, submissive, but like I said, I can get those things from outside relationships. I can cook and clean. I'm a really good cook. I make the money.
Do you? You cook?
Yeah.
What can you cook? Anything I would
I,
like?
well, I'm from the South, baby, so I can jump on a grill real good. I don't know if you know nothing about that, but
I do. I love a good grill. We love a good
okay,
grill.
okay. By the way, I stay in Florida too, so
Oh
if
my
you
gosh,
ever
I
pass
grew
it
up in
through
Orlando. Which part of Florida?
Jacksonville,
Jacksonville? Oh
yes,
boy.
you
You
know
guys
that's where
are
the Thomas
wild in
city.
Jacksonville.
We all right, but y'all got it out there in L.A. Ain't that where you from, California?
I grew up in Orlando, Florida.
Oh,
Orlando's
okay.
my hometown.
All right,
Yeah.
but you're trying to get around the question though. So back to what can you offer me?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm an amazing person. I'm like hardworking, I'm really smart, I'm intelligent. I love to make people feel good when they're around me. I love
Mm,
to be a good host. I love to make people feel good. I love to provide an environment that's peaceful,
all
that's
right.
loving, that's friendly. Like that's just who I am as a person. I feel like there's a lot of value in that.
So let's do this.
Okay.
Since you really not answering my question.
Okay.
All right, for demonstration purposes, since we right here, we on live for everybody to hear. Let's say me and you, we've been married for a year, 2 years. Okay,
Okay.
you're expecting a baby, our first baby.
Okay.
I'm making six figures. What happens when I get in an accident at work and I'm paralyzed from the chest down?
I got us.
Okay, what you mean you got us? Because the way you were saying, oh, I need my hair, nails, I need to be taken care of.
Yeah, but I mean I have my own thing going on. Like I'm not broke. Like, you know what I mean?
So
Like we're good.
my next question is, why can that same principle be applied to individuals that make just shy of $100,000? Because I do believe that you have to be equally yoked. You can't get with somebody who's not used to that money.
Hmm.
I will say that. So I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm just looking for more information because it sounds like you're spoiled before you even get spoiled. And I think that's what's making all the men in this chat hive around the neck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
wait a
I
minute.
mean, I'm a princess. I always say it. I princess treatment only. If you date me, you have to treat me like a princess. So I am spoiled. I'm high
Okay,
maintenance. I'm bougie. I'm spoiled.
okay, ma'am. So I'm a king. So how do you spoil a king?
How do you like to be spoiled?
Well, what if I tell you I want what if I tell you I want you to go to work?
Sorry, I ain't the queen for you, baby. Like I'm
But
not the
why?
queen for
But
you.
why? But why?
because because I don't believe that I should work when I have a man. A man should work. I'm so sorry. You
So
think so?
you invalidated me as a king for somebody who was qualified right
No,
now.
no, no,
Just
no, no,
saying you're
no.
not the woman for
I'm
me.
not your queen. You may be a king. You ain't my king. You may be another woman's king. If
So
you are a king and you want your queen to work, I'm not your
right,
queen because I don't
right.
believe in working. A man should work. He should provide. I'm
So
doing
what you
everything.
doing? So what you doing right now?
Well, I'm currently single, so I take care of myself.
Okay, I see you put single in there, but it looks to me like you like you said, you're taking care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
So what happened if we have kids? And like I said, I'm paralyzed from the chest down, and you don't want to work.
Oh, I mean,
Mm,
that's very unfortunate, and hopefully that never happens. But I really don't know. I feel like
mm.
I wouldn't want that at that point. I feel like I would have to, um,
Let me
I would
tell you
have
something real
to.
quick, and I'm
Okay,
gonna rest my case on this. Let me tell you that.
okay,
So I'm gonna take the pressure off of you because I know I just put a lot of pressure on you.
okay,
So I want you to understand something, and this is what everybody's not getting. It's right in your face, men and women.
okay.
People, no, I'm not even going to say people. I would say men, all races, black, white, Hispanic, Chinese. We're all dying for one cause: loyalty. Look at the gangs. They're loyal to their friends. They're loyal to what they call family. Let's go higher. After gangs, what else we have? The Freemasons. Even the rich men, they join a certain organization. They're loyal to one another. But you know what tops that loyalty? Is a
What?
wife. Is a wife. Is a wife. Somebody who's gonna stand by our side through thick and thin.
I
I,
feel like
I
I'm that person.
okay then. So well, you should be able to answer the question when you get that phone call at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Hey, Mrs. Gabby, your husband has been paralyzed. We need you to come to the hospital. Like he's crying out for you. It doesn't look good. Where do we go from here after that?
God forbid. But if that, God forbid, that happens, but like, I mean, what are you expecting me to say? He's still my husband. I still got
No,
to
no,
take
no.
care of
I'm
him.
not expecting you. I'm not expecting you to say anything. It's the shoes that you vowed to fill in.
Right. I understand that. But like,
Dedication.
huh? I
Who
don't know who
said that?
said that. I don't
Go,
know who
go
said
ahead,
that.
go ahead, go ahead. Finish what
But
you were
like,
saying, Gabby.
okay. Well, what I'm saying is, I mean, at the end of the day, I married this person, so I stick by my vows. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I
So
feel
you
like
stick by your vows. So that means you're gonna stand up in the trenches. Something that you just said you wasn't gonna do, right?
Oh,
no.
Chevy, let me help you, man. Can I help him out a little bit?
Sure.
Go
Uh
ahead.
Listen, Mr. Chevy, I think because the thing is, Miss, you don't know Gabby and she don't know you, so it would be kind of hard for her to kind of, hey, come
Happening?
on, brother.
What is happening? Y'all want me and Rob to be together so badly. What is going on
Yeah, I
here?
don't know where that's coming from, but I don't even know Gabby like that. But anyway, let me help you, Chevy. My thing is, brother, is that I see where you're going, but the most you can ask for a woman, if Gabby is that kind of woman, is her willingness to be ready. For the most part, if you're the man and you making six figures, you want to hold it down, you want to hold down your kingdom, whatever you got built. A
Right.
woman should be doing nothing and be ready for anything.
Let me add to that. So what I was standing on is just a simple principle in which marriage was invented or made up by God. Period. Standing on a biblical standpoint, a spouse is supposed to be a helpmate.
I
Now, from
understand that.
What Miss Gabby is trying to articulate to me, it sounds like she's saying if a man doesn't make this, that, and the third, I don't see him. Okay, cool. So what happens when a man is making that when he meet her and then he turns into something that she doesn't want? This is showing me the real in Gabby right now.
I see what you're trying to say, but like I don't feel like at the core. So when I say I want someone who's earning that much money, to earn that much money, unless it was handed to you by someone, if it was something that you worked for, you have certain qualities that people who don't make that much have. So like if you worked really hard or really smart, or you like, you did something to be able to make that much money, I don't feel like you're mentally average. And I feel like I want someone who's also mentally on my level as well. I want someone who
All
is.
right, so let's do this. Let's say this. Gabby, I'm in the trucking industry. Okay. I have my own trucking company. Something happened to me. What if I'm maybe unable to speak and I need you to fill in for me? Now, all you seem to do is stay at home and be spoiled and take care of kids. That's what you said earlier.
Yeah.
How are you going to fill in my shoes and keep the money pushing? You've
I'm
been
a
out of modeling for a couple of years. What we going to do?
First of all, I'm a businesswoman, and I've been
Okay,
I've been able to be in rooms with people and run a full business and do meetings and all of that. I'm already really good at that. I don't see that as like something that I need to be uh, the first priority when I'm a mother. I would like to be a mother as my first priority at that moment. But if you're talking about
correct.
all of those logistics, I'm already really good at that right now. So I would be ready for that if that were to happen. God forbid that were to happen. You know, I'd be ready for that.
What I was looking for was that guarantee, and it took a while for you to get there. That's all I was looking for, is that
Okay.
guarantee to say, you know what, hey husband, I'm gonna stand by you even when you drop below six figures. You see what I'm saying? Or you unable to keep the six figures up, which
I
reminds me, it's just
I
like,
I understand what you're saying. I guess there are a lot of like broke men out here who are dating
I
women
don't
and
like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Can we say there's a lot of men that, money cycling? Let's just say that.
But
but that
here's the
doesn't really
thing. Hold on.
give you the
Let y'all.
definition of what I'm trying to explain though. I'm
Hold on,
talking
let
broke.
Gabby talk. Let Gabby talk.
I'm talking broke. They are broke. And I feel like if you're a man who's trying to date a woman for marriage and you're wanting to marry this woman and you can't provide for her and pay the bills, you're considered broke, one. And two, there are a lot of men out here that are expecting a lot out of women and they can't afford these women.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, like, it's so the experience that has been for a lot of women, including myself, is there are a lot of men who want all these things that a man who makes money has, but they can't afford these women. So why
Right.
should we give them the time of day? That's just sounds like a waste of time for me.
Right. So the lifestyle that you want to live, by far, I
Chevy,
don't
Chevy,
think
Chevy,
nothing's
Chevy,
wrong with that. Yes, sir.
Chevy, you got 4 minutes, bro. 4 minutes
All right,
tops.
I'm about to top it off. But the lifestyle that you want to live, I don't see a problem with that at all. So that I must say that. But like I said, I guess the point that I was trying to make is the response after, like I said, something happens, how are we gonna fill in? Because you definitely seem like you're not finna just deal with making $60,000 a year incoming, like net growth. Like even your mouth, you
I
be
just
like,
can't
oh
help
no.
it. 60 is too low for me. That's too low.
Right. Right. I understand. I definitely do. So I mean, pretty much you willing to do whatever it takes to keep $100,000 flowing, right?
What is whatever it takes? What we talking?
I'm, well, you want to. I mean, we know we're not separating because we're married, right? That's out the
Yeah,
picture, right?
right.
Okay, so you're willing to do whatever it takes for us to make $100,000, correct?
I wouldn't. I mean, I would say I would like to maintain a certain lifestyle.
So how long do I have before you just say enough is enough?
I mean, what it's usually. I mean, you use a very bizarre scenario. It's usually
It's the
something.
it's reality though. It's
Is
reality.
it?
Where have you been, girl? Yes, yes,
I feel
it's
like the
Wait,
reality.
issues there. I feel like a more realistic issue is this man is gambling our money away or something like that. He's like really
That
bad with money, or he's in a
okay.
lot of debt, and he didn't tell me he was in a lot of debt. Like that's
But
more
see, what that
realistic.
is, what you're doing is you're taking out the seriousness in the equation. Like
That's
you
pretty
can leave it
serious.
by
You
all by
two hundred
well,
thousand dollars in debt, and you want to
but
marry
here's
me?
Hold on,
okay. No,
y'all.
no, hold on, hold
Because
on, hold
we
on,
gotta have
hold
a
on. I'm
wait,
finna
wait,
wrap
y'all,
it up
wait,
after
conversation.
wait,
this.
wait, y'all, wait,
I'm finna
wait.
wrap it up.
Tootie
I
next.
promise you. So look, gambling, I like even people under $100,000 break up with people that has a gambling problem. But what happens when you stood in front of everybody, 10 toes down, and said, "I will marry this man and XYZ in the third."
I feel like I'm sticking to my vows.
There we go. That's all I wanted to hear. By the way, I think you're absolutely beautiful. Y'all have a blessed night. All right.
All right,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Chevy. I
Good
appreciate
All
you,
right.
man.
night. Bye.
Tootie, go ahead, Tootie. The floor is yours, Tootie. Go ahead.
I don't even know where to begin. Um, Originally, what I wanted to comment on is that, and kind of piggyback off of Ty and what you said earlier, is all of like the money talk, right? And all of the standards. I haven't heard anyone say anything about like being compatible. And then, okay, so if you are dating someone that has, a specific amount of money that, you have in mind, what happens in terms of personality and the goals that you have set forth and whether or not you guys get, I mean, does that not factor into what you're looking for? And
I
I
feel like it
definitely
helps.
get it. Like, I'm not with the struggle of either. Nobody wants to be with the struggle of, right? But just money being the deciding factor, how does that work in terms of how you expect to be treated? Um, and then I'm thinking about when you say six figures and you talk about $100,000, you don't have kids, they don't have kids. uh, when you and then I'm thinking about, okay, the finance of it all, right? When you I don't I mean, people are talking about these six figure dudes, and I want somebody making 100,000 or whatever the figures are. What about deductions? If you don't have
But
any, like,
Miss, but
people think people that are making six figures are getting it like that, but they are also paying a lot of taxes
Oh, I
on
meant
money
I
yes,
like
meant after
that.
taxes.
That's
I meant
the
after
silly part
taxes.
that I keep
Whoa.
hearing. $100,000, you're gonna pay 22% of that off the top back in taxes. So
I
you're
meant
gonna,
after
no, no,
taxes.
no, no, no. Hold it.
if you
Stop.
don't
Pause.
have the
Pause.
right type of
Everybody, hold it.
deductions, though,
Let's
if
make
you
it
can,
real. We got to make it real here because you talking to a person who's I've seen the checks, and if we, I mean, we can't go that direction. We start talking real money and real reality of it. That's a different situation. So if Gabby is talking about $100,000 after taxes taking that home, that means you taking home 250.
No, not
Yes.
everywhere.
Hold on.
Wait. Let me say something really quick, and then we are gonna let Tootie continue to speak because we're not about to be here all night. And again, to the ladies in the chat, if you want to come up here, since you got all this money, you are going to send a money gun. You gonna call your baby daddy that's having. You gonna call your husband that's having, and you gonna send some gifts. Otherwise, withdraw your broke request. Okay. Anyways, I don't even know. I don't know if y'all saw this recently, but Fortune came out recently with, like, the top 5 states where a hundred
ooh,
thousand dollars appreciates the most and where it appreciates the most. And someone that works in the field that I work in, ladies and gentlemen, in most states in this country, for you, Gabby, I didn't know you was talking about take home this whole time. Thank you for
I
That's
was.
clarifying
crazy.
that.
That's
But take
crazy.
home, listen, most states in this country, for you to have 100K take home after taxes, you're gonna be you need to be making like between 170 and 180K salary in
thank
most
you,
places in this
In
country.
California,
Yeah.
that's $192,000.
Yes,
Okay.
but
thank you.
I'm just saying that to put that in perspective to people. You gonna need to be making that much of a salary for you to have for take home, and then obviously you have your expenses after that. So I say that to say, like, again, like I was saying earlier, a lot of you women say a lot of things around people that are just like you and really don't know what you're talking about. So you think you're saying something, but when you actually say these things around someone that knows what you're talking about, your argument, what you're saying, just sounds crazy. But Tootie, go ahead and continue to speak. You have 8 minutes. Go ahead and continue to speak.
I was trying to help Miss Tootie out and try to
Tootie, we
say,
cannot hear you, Tootie. Get your
I'm
audio.
listening. What were you saying, Rob?
I was trying to help you support your idea. You're talking about it's not for me personally as a man. We had a lot of women talking, but as a man, I'm trying to support what you're saying. It's not about the money. Money doesn't
Right.
equate to character or personality or value or family planning or any of those things. 'Cause I've seen some very rich crackheads. I've seen.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, Gabby, you live in California. I've seen some extremely wealthy heroin addicts. Um,
Yeah.
so it really don't equate to anything. So for me, as a man who wants to have a family, who is eager to be in a relationship, who wants to have that kind of marriage that's happy and taking care of my wife and that kind of thing, it's not just the money. The money
Of
doesn't
course it's
solidify
It
not.
any of
just
those
seems
things.
so
Of course it's not.
superficial, right?
That's what
That's
we're
my whole
discussing.
thing.
Oh, sorry, good.
I'm sorry to cut you off because I only have a limited amount of time.
But go
But
ahead.
everybody wants, to live a nice lifestyle. But just to hear everyone talk and to see, Gabby being supported in the comments, it just sounds so superficial. Because after you're young, I mean, you're talking about marrying someone the rest of your life. What happens when you're too old to be adventuring, and it comes down to you guys being compatible and how you're going to raise your children and all of these other aspects? I mean, I just don't understand, how do you plan to be like fulfilled? And I mean, aside of the materialism that you're looking for and the lifestyle where you don't have to really put forth any effort with your everyday living activities. You guys don't want to cook, you guys don't want to clean. um What happens after that, Gabby?
When you talk about compatibility, that you don't get past the third date with me if we're not compatible. If I don't enjoy time with you, if we're not laughing and enjoying time and having fun, I'm not interested. I've met a lot, and that's I've met several very wealthy men who it was just like it didn't feel right. It was like kind of awkward. There
Yeah,
wasn't a
sure.
flowing conversation, things like that. I'm not interested in that at all. Like I just, you know what I mean? I want you to have stability, financial stability, being able to take care of a family, but also we have to be compatible. Like
Okay.
I couldn't fake that at all.
Right. So their goals are going to align with yours and everything. So there's more factors into play than the money.
Yeah. But we were talking about money, so that's why I was going. But like, yeah, there's more factors for sure.
Well, that's what I wanted to know. That's why I asked the question of who are these men that I can look up to and other men can look up to. That's why I asked the question because I would much rather come from that angle. That's what my content is about.
Right.
I'm not really. It's not just really about the money
Really?
because
And I just don't want to support
yeah.
that idea that you can't live a nice life with someone that doesn't make six figures. You know what I mean? Because there's
Where
so
do you
many other elements. I'm sorry, what?
where do you live if you don't mind me asking?
I moved to Alabama a couple of years ago. I was living in Chicago, living a nice lifestyle, and that's the thing. I was in this dating pool with six-figure and seven-figure men, right? And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I was around a lot of six-figure, seven-figure men. In fact, like my best friend, she was rich. Her husband, his dad was rich. They come from rich families, and they're just like any other man. I don't understand what the other lady was talking about earlier about the mindset and you need to do this and you need to do that because I'm a pretty curvy girl. I'm pretty thick. And I mean, when I tell you they love me to death, all of that lose weight, all of that, they're just like everybody else. My cousin, he just moved home. He works for Microsoft. He makes almost half a million a year. He hangs out with me most days because he's taking a sabbatical working on a passion project. And that's what I'm saying. Like he wants just a typical. Like he's not worried about makeup, lashes, physique, none of that. You know what I mean? We even discussed things in terms of him saying that at first he was telling me he wanted his wife to make, about as much money as he did. And I asked him why. Like, what would be the need for you to have that as a requirement? You like, dude, you make almost $500,000 a year. Like, why would you need your wife to make that much money? And he literally was like, well, I guess since you put it that way, like,
You got 2 minutes, Tootie. 2 minutes.
but I'm just saying, like, in terms of, I don't know. I just, there was so much to touch on. I just want to say that, um, I just, I don't want to keep perpetuating, this whole, black men are worthless if they don't make, over six figures. And I just want to promote love. That's all. And, dedication. And, that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tootie. I appreciate you. You have a good day, okay?
I just want to say one thing. I never said black men were worthless if they didn't make a certain amount of money. I never said any man was worthless. I just said you couldn't date me. That's all I said. Okay. Just want to get
Mr.
that.
Reese, thank you for waiting patiently, Mr. Reese. You got 9 minutes. Go ahead.
You're welcome,
Listen,
sir.
what's her name?
Thank you.
Joyce Tribe. I saw you send a
Mhm.
money gun, Joyce Tribe. I'm gonna bring you up. And it's Ray to you. I'm gonna bring you up after Mr. Reese drops. Go ahead, Mr. Reese.
Yes, thank you, sir. Okay, so this is a very interesting conversation. To you, Miss Gabby, first of all, let me just let you know that you have a very beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Wanted to let you know that. You're
Thank
very welcome, of course. Absolutely. However, I do have just a few questions, and I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. So, okay, so you had said earlier when the young lady was on the panel and she had asked you, or no, she made a statement about basically, I guess, being more fit and healthy. Do you feel like that's very important to you? Like, if you're looking
yes.
for these type of men, don't you think that that's important? Okay.
I
Okay.
think
So you do understand that the importance of,
I
mhm.
understand the importance of being fit and
Sorry,
healthy
go ahead.
because I do that for my own life for myself. But to lose weight to attract a certain man, I don't see the value in that because what happens when I start having kids? I'm gonna like you know what I mean? Like their bodies change, things change. So I wouldn't want to attract a man by losing weight because that may not be my body when I'm 60, when I'm, you know what I mean? So like, I don't feel like that's valuable. I feel like being fit and healthy for my own life is valuable. Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like that you can do that right now?
Do what right now?
You can, yeah, you could shake your head, sir. No one's even talking to you. That you can, just be more fit. Do you feel like you can do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, so let me just make a few statements and then I'm finna drop off. The expectations that you have of these men that make the six figures and seven figures, and it's kind of a little bit of dirt being thrown onto men that don't make that much. You're like, well, you just can't talk to me.
Yeah.
Everyone is asking you the question, what are you bringing to the table? But nothing is really being answered. Everything is just being danced around. And, well, like I have this and I have that. But listen, you have to bring more than, you know, that stuff going on,
What do
is
I need
what
to
I'm
bring?
saying without saying it.
What do I need to bring?
Okay. Are you a feminine woman or a masculine woman?
I'm feminine.
Okay. All right. So I had heard you earlier that you were saying that you want to cook, clean, stuff like that because you were raised in a Caribbean household, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm asking these questions, these probing questions, just because I'm just trying to I'm trying to be easy because I can be a little rough at times, but you are very beautiful. I
Thank
will
you.
say that. So you're very welcome. So I'm trying to be a little easy on it because I know how I can be. Noble knows how I can be. I know how I can be. So I'm just trying to be a little easy on it. But let me explain something to you. The men that you're looking for, excuse me in advance, they're not checking for you. The men that you're looking for that have the six or seven figures, they're not checking for you. You had said earlier that you were in your late 20s,
Yes.
and then people were screaming in the comments, no, she's 35, she's 34.
I'm not.
You look a little older than that. No offense, but if some taken, I don't know what to tell you. So the
Can
thing
I see
about
your
it is
phone?
that
Can you
no
put
one's
the camera
checking
on?
for you. They
Can you
are
put the
checking
camera
for
on so
the
I can see
barb.
your face though?
You can go to my page. You can do that.
Oh, well, I'm talking to you right now. Why
Listen,
don't you put
I
the camera?
just got through with my husband. I'm in my garage. Honey, exactly what I just said. I got off of another live. I had to deal with my husband, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm in my garage just to have this conversation so I can go back and dip off to my husband. So I'm not finna put on my camera because for what? My face is all over my page. All
Okay.
right? That's it. That's all. Because I'm finna go back to that. All right? Because I'm
All
finna
right.
wake his ass up. But anyway, other than that, ma'am, let me explain something to you. The men, because I've been there before, the men that make this much money, they are looking for the ones that are, I don't want to say petite, but they ain't you. No offense. I'm sorry. I had to
But
say
you're
it.
not a man,
I'm
and you're not
blunt
a
as
man that
hell.
I
I
date.
tried
So
my
I don't
best.
really care what you have to say because you're not a man that I date. So you may have your
You're
opinion.
right. Yes,
You may have
yes,
your
yes,
opinions, but that
yes,
doesn't
you're
matter to me.
right.
That don't matter to me. So
Hold on, no cat fighting, ladies,
Okay.
please,
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
just
please.
trying to.
she's coming from me. So I just need to say, you're not a man, sweetie. You don't know who I
No,
date. I
it's
date men.
okay. It's okay. Let her voice herself because I'm voicing myself. Nobody's up here
Thank
fighting.
you.
I'm voicing myself. Let her
Thank
voice
you.
herself. She's fine. She's perfectly fine. So, of course. So, that's all I'm basically trying to say is that the list that a lot of women, I'm not going to say all have, about, oh, he has to make this many figures, he has to have this many cars, he has to have no children. That's unrealistic. That's especially the older we get. And I'm speaking like this because I'm 40 years old. The older we get, they not checking for the older women. They're checking for the 21-year-olds. This is why people were screaming that you was lying about your age in the comments. They are checking for the younger ones. They're
I'm
not
not
checking for us.
okay. I'm not
Yeah.
lying
With your
about my
beautiful smile.
age.
Gorgeous.
Hold on, ladies, because y'all going at
All
each other.
right. Well, I'm
Let me
listen. I'm just here to call a spade a spade. Yes, Mr. Rob.
let me clean it up for y'all, please, because what we've heard time and time again is that as men get older and we get more money, our demographic of who we're looking for enhances, right? So I'm not offending Gab. I'm not offending no woman on here, but as men get better with age or whatever you guys want to say, our world opens up pretty much. So if I was interested in a curvy woman, I might want a woman that's a little bit more tighter in the curves, even if she is curvy. I'm not gonna go if my interests were, whatever, 200-pound woman that's a size 9. I might say, well, dog, I got a little bit more money. I see a little bit more better caliber of women. Maybe I want to get with the prettier and prettier and prettier and prettier girl. But if that man is searching for that, that's the issue you're gonna walk yourself into if you want that kind of man. For me, I like character, I like personality as well, just like most reasonable men. But for men who aren't that cognitive yet, as soon as they get some money, they're gonna go searching for a smaller and smaller, fitter and fitter, prettier and prettier.
Go ahead, Miss Reese. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had to let him speak, you know.
No,
So
that's
that's basically what I wanted to say. And I just wanted to, just try to give a little bit of advice because I do feel that the older that we get, and I'm going to put myself in the same category, and I'm married, the more delusional we can become. That's all I'm saying. We get more delusional the older we get. Like I can still do it like the little ones, like 20-year-olds. We cannot do it. This is why I'm saying your expectations,
You're
they
saying
are
me
they
as
are
if I'm
good
in that category with
expectations. There's nothing wrong with being a
ma'am, you're in a
stay-at-home
different
wife either.
category. You're in a different category from
Pardon me?
you're in a different category. You can't say we as if we're in the same group. We're not. You're 40 and married. I'm in my late 20s. I'm single. We're not the same.
Yes, you're right. Yes, yes. However, I don't look my age. So if I wanted to lie about my age on this platform or anywhere else, I can get away with that because no one knows other than y'all that I have a 21-year-old son. That's it. That's all. So as
Okay.
far as I'm concerned, I could lie about my age all day. And you wouldn't know my age unless I told you. I could have came on here and lied. Nobody know how old I am. My whole point is saying is that I've been there before. I know how it is to date someone that's making a whole lot of money, but you have to be realistic. And not only be realistic, you have to also understand I'm not trying to be funny, no funny, but you got to keep your body up. You can't sit here, like, oh, well, I could just do like this and I'm just going to, no, you got to keep your body up. You're a Barbie doll to these men. No offense. I'm just saying that's how it is. So, you know what? I do push ups and I work out every day. So, I could talk shit. Thank you, Noble. Have a great night. I
Thank you,
got
Miss
to go.
Reese. Always
Good
Shalom.
love
night.
appreciate you. Have a good one.
Noble. Can I speak to you for a minute, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, and then Lottie's gonna speak. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. For Gabby, Gabby seems to be the center of attention tonight. I don't know how that's working, but for men, for men who are striving to hit that, you know, that holy grail 6-figure mark is possible, right? Because I already told you plenty of times I did it. I've seen the checks and all that kind of stuff, and it's cool. But I think what we're confusing because all of us live in different places, different time zones all over the world. We confuse a lifestyle with what we think is going to afford us, and sometimes that's not exactly true. In the whole time, Gabby was talking about taking home $100,000, which
Yes.
is that's up there.
Yeah.
That's way up there. For a man like me who like I said, I've seen those checks. That's 190. If I'm working a normal job and I'm not running a business, that's $192,000.
Yeah.
Which is
$2,000.
that's big money. Um, and if I'm just a normal everyday citizen making that money on salary, that means I'm probably not working 40 hours a week. I'm probably working 50, 60, closer probably to 70 hours a week to gain that income. And most likely, if I'm a sensible enough man to maintain that kind of lifestyle week to week, I'm going to have some characteristics about me that's going to either have me use women, won't be a womanizer, or more so be more protective of my money. So
I
I don't
understand.
know what. so I don't know what the men are seeing in Gabby, but if you aren't your own, so if you aren't your online persona and you are the woman you describe it now, the way you're saying you cook, you're Caribbean, you can clean, you can take care of a home and all that kind of stuff, then that would make a man more eager to want to perform that way for you. But if it was the other side of what we've seen, where it's like you're just giving all these outlines, a man's gonna do this, a man's gonna do that, he's gonna do this, and then when I get home, he's gonna, suck my toes and do whatever I tell him to do, and that's something that's not appealing to men. That's not exciting.
I never said all that.
I
Okay,
Rob?
mean,
hold on, Rob, hold on. We gotta let other people. Go
no,
ahead,
that's
Lati. The
it.
floor
That's
is
all I
yours.
wanted to say.
Go ahead, Lati. The floor is yours.
You've been doing so well. Like I'm having a bit of, but you've been doing really well. I share your sentiments. It's a lot of people on here wouldn't even be in your tax bracket. Wouldn't even taking your.
Hold on, Lati. I'm about to drop you. Come right back. Come right back, cause you Hold on, y'all. She about to come right back, cause your audio is messing up.
Hey Noble, is there someone before me, or can I just say my little piece real quick?
There's what, three people before you?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Hold on. Lati got to come back up. Soy sauce. Oh, hold on. She right here. Here she come.
I think it's because I'm on the move, Noble. So let me be quick. Gabby, you're handling this really, really well. A lot of these people wouldn't even be packing your groceries. Like, you lot is only gonna encounter a woman like Gabby here online. You can't encounter her in real life. You lot is going in like you're gonna see her somewhere.
Thank you.
You can stay up here, Lottie, but your audio is messing up right now. Soy sauce. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, soy sauce. Thank you for waiting patiently.
Hey man, I appreciate you having me up here, man. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you well. You good? You good?
Okay, cool. Well, again, thank you for inviting me up here. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I see absolutely nothing wrong, with what she said and how she articulated herself. I myself, black man, married a black woman. I've been married for about 6 years, going on 7. I make $120,000 a year, being an owner operator in a truck. So, I mean, one thing that I will say, man, is that I mean, everything it is that you described that you could bring as a wife, that's exactly what my wife does. And that woman that's sleeping back there, that's my world right there. I ain't never gonna lie to you. And it's certain type of things that she brings that just you're just not gonna find that. It doesn't matter how much money you make, it does that shit does not matter. And I see absolutely nothing wrong. The only difference is that you are actually voicing what you want in a man. I mean,
And
your preferences. Whether somebody, they can disagree, they can agree whether or not your preferences they're too high, your standards, whatever the case may be. That's if you understand how how prevalent it is, and you understand the rarity it is to find that man, and you're still okay with it. Go ahead, go ahead. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what you're saying. The only difference is that you're actually voicing it.
yeah,
You're actually
I
voicing, saying, okay, my man needs to make X amount of dollars, because if I ended up getting pregnant and XYZ, first of all, any man that makes 120,000, $130,000, you should be looking to make some type of passive income. So in case you do end up going down, or you falling down, or whatever the case may be, out of work, your family can still be taken care of for at least a good 5, 6 years, whatever the case may be, that can sustain you. That's what a real man will do. That's what a real man who makes 6 figures will do. And I understand it. I understand like the importance of it. So I mean, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, man. I'm listening to everything that everybody's saying. They got points. There's definitely statistics behind it. And everybody brought in some valid points a little bit, but they're not taking into account what that man is actually fucking looking for. Like, yeah, we want our women to add value, bring value to our business, help us out at home. And one thing that I'm not going, obviously, this is just, I'm only talking about myself. Obviously, this isn't the majority of people. The numbers statistically don't support this, but I'm just talking about myself now. Like, my woman, or my wife, sorry, my wife working is elective. If she wants to work, she can.
Amen. That's what I'm
If she
talking
wants
about.
to
I
work,
want
she
the
can.
option.
But the thing is that, like, and this is what I think a lot of men, they're trying to like articulate or project. Obviously, there is a level of respect between me and my wife. There's a level of respect. She knows that, all right, well, my man, he don't like me doing XYZ, and I don't force that on her. She just already knows it, just because you can't buy that. You can't buy that. No amount of money can buy that. Understanding and just being submissive and in your feminine. No amount of money can buy that. I'm telling you. Unless that woman, she's just okay with just being like a damn, sorry, I'm gonna use this language. Unless that woman is okay with just being used for recreational use only, you get my hint.
Mhm.
Then that's the only thing, that's all that matters. You can date million or date millionaire men who make $500,000. You're 6 figures, 7 figures, doesn't really matter. They will put you in a category if they don't feel as if, and it's really up to the woman as well to kind of figure that out. All right, well, it's
I
really up to
agree
the
with you,
woman as
soy
well to figure that
sauce.
out. And I see somebody just say go broke and see, bro. I started off broke. I'm not gonna. Well, I didn't start off broke. I was in the army, but you don't make a lot of fucking money up in the army. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a private, you don't make shit. You make like what? I think you make less than average. You make what, $30,000 a year.
You
The
make minimum
average
wage.
salary within the United States is 45. It's around $40,000 to $45,000. You make less than average. She's saying something in me. I seen something in her. Hey man, you look like the damn mother of my kids. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But soy sauce, that's what a lot of us. That's why we had a lot of men missing that point. That's why I wanted Gabby to highlight is be
Mm-hmm.
a greater example of who these men are. Not to try to discredit who she's dating, because I mean, I'm a regular guy and I've seen that money. So, and in LA where Gabby and in New York she's lived, there are men who make that money and they don't have to work 60 hours a week. They work maybe 30 hours a week. They're in finance, whatever. They make that amount of money. But the money doesn't equate to their values. We as men, we need to see other men who have those values, who want to be supportive husbands. And these women like Gabby or Navy or whoever else respect the men for having those values. It's not the cash, because
Right.
like somebody said in the comments, the it's about having strategy to support your household, having the discipline, directiveness, dominance to support your household.
No, no, I get exactly. I think I can't remember what her name is. I think she had a live earlier or something like that, and I was on there too. I can't remember what her name is. The one who was just married up here before. I get what she was saying, because statistically, that's not what these higher earners are typically looking for, if that make any sense.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that there aren't men out there that are looking for that type of woman. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are so many men that have had an abundance of women. They're just looking for something different. They're just looking for something different. And obviously, the percentage of you getting these 6 and 7 figure mans are smaller, because the world as a populace, 15% of them make 100,000, and like fucking like 2 to 3% make 1 million. It's a juggle, and it's a chance. But if you're okay with taking that, then cool. I don't think nobody else should. I don't think nobody else should. If you are okay with that and you're okay with the statistic behind it, that should be just what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I mean, at the end of the day, the guy that was up here before. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of over talking people and cutting people off. But the guy that was up here before with the lion on his picture, or something like that. I get the type of questions that he was asking, but they were flawed questions, because they were being answered. They were being answered, but not answered in the way that he liked them to be. Obviously, most some guys, they just want their woman up on a leash. They don't want their woman to have a difference in opinions. They don't want any of that stuff, which is fine. Nobody, I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody wants an argumentative woman. Women, ladies. I'm just being honest with you. No man wants an argumentative woman. But everything it is that you were saying, everything it is that you were saying, what you bring to a marriage, you being in your feminine energy, you being submissive, that's a very big one. And I see everybody else up here saying that, oh, well, she just wants this and this and this. It sounds like a transaction. Okay. I want you to go in your families, right? I want you to just go down the line of your families, especially if your family is like middle class or slightly below, and ask all of them, would you date a bum? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're not going to date a broke man. Most women, they're not about to date a man who makes less than them, or at least 60% less than them. They're not about to do it. And it's it's security reasons behind that. It's security reasons behind that. And I
But
see
Mr.
nothing wrong.
Soy Sauce, that's why I want. You said you're a truck driver, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, but for most men who are, you're a blue collar worker, and I think for women, that's what I'm trying to highlight the most is for men like you, men like me, who are striving and working. We have different requirements from our women than just staying in the home where they just kept women. We don't desire our women to be kept. Most men who are blue collar workers or
Mm,
work hard in a way where they're building a lifestyle for their families. We don't desire kept women, and I think that's where things get confusing for most people. Is some women think that, oh, because a man is six figures, I'm just kept, and by kept that means I just sit in the house and I do absolute zero. I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do anything. I just
mm,
do what I want to do,
yeah.
and most men don't have any desire for that.
And this will be the last thing that I said, man. Again, I appreciate you letting me up here. Obviously, I get that there's a back and forth. No marriage is going to be actually 50-50 the entire time. Somebody's always going to feel like they're giving more. Someone's always going to feel like they're giving less. And it literally just flip flops and flip flops. But you work to try to balance it back out. And yeah, it is kind of transactional, but not, I was talking about in the form of just money. It is transactional because she's literally, while you're at home, while you're at work, busting your ass and all of this other shit.
Right,
She is literally making sure that your kid, your legacy, which if you are a man, I don't care who you are. If you are a man, you want your kids to grow up and be contributing members of society. Your kids growing up to be fuck ups, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of like you kind of failed as parents. You kind of
right,
failed as a father. So a primary person to help you with that is your wife, is
right.
your partner. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not recommend for the roles to be reversed. And most women don't recommend for the roles to be reversed, as in like they go out and work and bust their ass while you stay at home and be a house dad. Most women don't want that. Just statistics.
But we've discussed that before, soy sauce, and what I'm trying to say is men, because there's women, a bunch of women, but I don't know what the men are, but everything in life is simple transaction.
Of
I
course,
think we
of
get
course.
we get that everything is transactional in this life, in this world, energy, right? So my thing is we it's so much confusion between what a man actually requires from a woman and what women want from us.
Yeah.
People confuse it. People keep confusing so many different paths and trying to cross them. Women think that if I'm just pretty enough, then I can just earn everything I want from a man. But they miss out on the love and care and affection that they really wanted in the first place because the man is rich. And then for men, we want beautiful women, but because she's so fine, we forgot that, oh, she has to be helpful to me. She has to be worth something. She has to do things other than just be cute. And we start crossing up different paths of and archetypes of who these people are supposed to be, and it's not healthy.
I mean, yeah, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, bro. I mean, I see some people they saying that nothing was solved by the conversation. If she is okay with the statistics that it is rare to find that type of man, then why the fuck does it matter? That literally solves everybody's argument and everybody's whatever it is statistics that you think you're gonna bring to this conversation and make it work. Man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's it. But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate you having me up here, man. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna step off.
All right, thank you, soy sauce. I appreciate you, brother. You have a good day. Trucker, go ahead, brother. Thank you for waiting patiently.
No bo. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, Gabby. I know the focus is on you, man, and I hope you find exactly what you're looking for. I was listening to a couple other guys, and they asked you a question like, what do you run into these six figure, seven figure guys? And if you can explain that to me one more time before
Yeah,
I
I
ask you.
like everywhere. I'm on all the dating apps, so I'm constantly like on dating apps, swiping, meeting people through there. Coffee shops, grocery stores. Men will ask for my number, put their number in my phone. So yeah, just like normal places.
Okay, no, okay, no, but if I was to fly up to Minnesota, bro, right? I would invite you to a cigar lounge. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll go there about 8 o'clock, man. One thing you don't see at a cigar lounge, you'll see guys that are these type of guys, right? You see these type of guys that are making this money. However, you don't see our women there. So Gabby, I'm like I say, I'm rooting for you, but you got to put yourself in positions where those guys are.
Okay, where
Um,
so I should hook up. I mean, I should hit up the cigar lounges.
Hmm.
cigar lounges are an excellent place to meet guys that got six figures.
No, man, stop, stop. He making up stuff. Stop, stop. Women don't go to
I
cigar
can't make.
lounges, man.
They really do. You don't see
No,
our women
buddy.
there. I'm just here
No,
to tell you, man. You can't shoot the messenger.
no, you making up stuff, man. Women do not hang out in cigar lounges. That's not the play. That's not it.
Hey, Gabby, look at the reviews. You'll see women there, but you don't see our women there. All right.
All right,
Just
thank you.
pay attention to what I'm telling you. Those type of guys are there.
Okay.
Nah,
Well,
ain't no.
Rob, where are they
So,
then,
sir, hey,
Rob? Since
Rob.
you
So,
won.
Rob, are you saying those type of guys aren't at cigar lounges?
Gabby, you want to date a
I'm
55-year
asking
old?
you, Rob. I'm asking you,
A
Rob.
55-year-old?
Yeah,
No,
Does he?
I'm 40. I'm 40. Like,
Maybe,
I'm with my
maybe,
friends. We go there, bro. That's
maybe.
where we go to relax, and we see
but
young women there, but we don't see our women there.
it ain't no. Okay, Gabby said she's in her late 20s though. That's not good. That's not it. Okay, let me retract my statement. Will I agree that there are men there who are in that demographic? Absolutely, there are men in that demographic that you want who are in cigar lounges. But for a woman such as yourself, if you're serious about trying to get in that position, that's not a place for a late 20s woman to hang out consistently at the cigar lounge because it's going to be mostly 55, 60 retirees at the cigar
Hey,
lounge.
bro. She said a coffee shop or grocery stores. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Dating apps. I said dating apps.
But the thing is,
I
if
don't
she,
know about that either.
but that's when you start talking about the archetypes of who men are, though, because
You understand what I'm saying, Rob?
those kind of men who are in those spaces, they want a certain kind of look to the woman. They want the women to act a certain way because you're not even in their generation. So
Rob, again. Like I said earlier, and I'm going to stand on this. If these women say that they want men that are going to be providing them a certain lifestyle that are in their 20s, they have no choice but to date older men.
of course,
Exactly.
Wait. I don't care about y'all seeing. I know all of y'all want to be Jada Waiter. You want to be Ari. You want to be all these baby mamas and girlfriends and wives of athletes and entertainers that you see on the shade room. That's not gonna be reality for y'all, okay? And y'all know it's not gonna be reality for y'all. It's not reality for y'all right now. Y'all never. I know we're having this conversation, but with all due respect, like even some of you older women in here, you never dealt with a man of that caliber. And again, no woman in your family ever dealt with a man of that caliber. So
35 plus.
to Roy's point, if you're not about to bump into no man in his mid 20s or late 20s that's like and again, like I work 60 hours a week.
but
So
no, but
like
that's what I'm
so
asking you,
one
though. Hold
second,
on.
Rob, one second. I'm talking about just men that's not signing 7-figure, 8-figure contracts in their 20s, but that's doing well for themselves, working in finance, doing whatever they're doing, like myself. Like life don't work like that. So you do need to go to the golf course and be around 55-year-old Gary. You do need to go to the cigar lounge and be around 40-year-old Tom. If that's the type of lifestyle you want to live, because they are going to trick on you too. So pick what you want to do.
But no, but who are you leaving for yourself by promoting them to go date 55, 6-year-old men?
I'm I those
No,
listen, listen,
it's
listen,
more like
listen.
it's
I'm
it's
not
more like
listen.
for
A
you
man
guys.
like me and a man like me and a man like yourself, you're not trying to deal with women that have that mindset for anything serious to start off with. Unless you're trying to fit the mold of those women, but I know you're not. So like what's his name was saying earlier, and I don't like saying this, recreational use and keep it pushing. That's not the woman that you want to make your girlfriend. That's not the woman that you want to make your wife. So why would you care
So
about?
so no, but here's what I'm asking you. So you're promoting that women because my thing is, yeah, we understand you're telling women what they want, but those men don't. Men who are 55, 60 at cigar lounge, retired, chilling. If Gabby walk in there, or whoever else walk in there, they're not wifing up. They're just gonna. That's just tricking. They're just gonna take the little Gabby or whoever else and make her a plaything, because they not stupid.
Right. They're not stupid, but again, dumb girls gonna get the same results whether they dealing with 26-year-old Noble, whether they dealing with 30-year-old Rob, whether they dealing with 40-year-old Roy, or
I,
whether they dealing with 50-year-old Gary. So it don't matter at the end of the day. I don't care. That's not, bro. Why do you care if that's not the woman that you're trying to like
because I
have anything
wouldn't
serious
promote
with to
that,
start off with?
because
Why do you care?
that's not healthy for us to promote, man. You got to teach them if they want to hold. They got
Hey,
to find their
No,
own
Gabby,
no,
put
woman.
no, no,
yourself in
Rob, Rob,
illustration,
Rob, Rob,
Gabby.
Rob. Listen, 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 listen. Let me be very clear. I always say this. I do not care what they do at the end of the day. Like what
Does
what
not.
what Gabby does, what woman that have this mindset, it doesn't affect my real life at the end of the day. So
Mm,
not because I get on here and have these conversations, that's why I'm not super invested because it don't affect my real life at the end of the day.
mm.
Like what's like Soy Sauce was saying, Gabby can do whatever she wants to do. Everybody in here can do whatever they want to do. It doesn't affect me at the end of the day. It don't affect my pockets.
I'm sorry, Noble. Then I have a question for you. So, what are you saying the mindset of the women that you date should have? I'll just go with a broke boy. Like, what kind of mindset are you talking about?
No, I'm not. I didn't say anything about being with a broke boy. I'm just saying like a woman that'll actually just respect like a hard working man. That's
I
pretty much
respect
it.
a hardworking man.
Okay, okay, yeah, you do we talk you do respect a hardworking man, but um there are a lot of women that not saying that you're this woman, Gabby, but there are a lot of women that again they don't really understand what they're saying. They don't really understand. A lot of women like to live in possibility and not probability. And for the people in here that don't know the difference between those two, possibility is anything can happen, and probability is the likelihood of something happening. And like I always tell you guys, what the probability is and what reality is going to be for a lot of you women is you are going to be with a man that's going to be working. Both of y'all are going to be working, most likely until retirement or very close to retirement. And you're going to be, hopefully you got a retirement plan at your job or a pension. And y'all are going to buy a house and you're going to have one or two kids and y'all just going to make it work like that. That's going to be the reality for a lot of women. That's the reality for a lot of people.
I
So
No, but can I ask you a question
I
then?
disagree.
Let me ask you a question though, because I understand you don't care and it doesn't affect you, but if you are truly working to be a man of value, that's going to be somebody that people respect. I personally feel like I wouldn't instruct a woman to go and just go pursue that. So if we, I don't know if Gabby is the highlight or what's going on, but personally, I wouldn't instruct a woman to go and start dating 60-year-old men just for the
Rob,
heck of having access to
I'm
more
not.
money.
No, no,
That's
I'm
not
I'm not
true. That's
instructing.
not
I'm
true.
not. I'm
Hey,
not
Rob,
saying.
Rob,
I'm not
when was the
saying
last
that. I'm
time
not
you was in
saying
a
that
cigar
Gabby
lounge,
or
bro?
other women should date 60-year-old men. But again, the reality is that they are going to need to date older men if they want to be living a certain lifestyle in their 20s. That is the reality. That's not my opinion. That's not something that I'm making up. That is just the reality. That is just the reality of it. Is that not the reality, or a lot of you tell me? You a man? Is that not the reality?
I disagree. I still haven't spoken yet. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
my
one second, Ray. You'll go after Joyce gets the opportunity to speak. Rob, do you want to say something before I let Joyce speak?
I I just feel as though, like I said, I wouldn't instruct. I wouldn't instruct women to go date. I'm not an older man, so why would I instruct a large demographic of women to go pursue older men if I'm not an older man?
Okay, and Rob, the woman that you're okay, I'm not instructing women what to do. That's Roy, but at the same time, the woman that you're saying to not instruct to go do whatever are the same woman that you're trying to tell to be a certain way to
And
attract a
yeah,
certain type of man, and they don't want to deal with you either. So
yeah, I'm married,
why
man.
does it matter?
Look, I'm just trying to put you up on game because the guys that you're looking for, they're not there. That's delusion.
It's not
Sorry,
delusion.
Gabby.
Um,
Yeah, it really is.
it's not. I date them. Do you date men, sir?
You're not married to them though. I'm actually married.
That's
What are you
great, but
What are you
I'm
talking about?
dating right now. I'm not married yet. I would like to be married, but I'm dating right now.
It's not going to happen, Gabby.
I'm sorry you feel that way, sir. God
But
bless you.
that's my question. I'm trying to come
It's
from it from
delusion.
like a
I'm trying
helpful
to tell
point. I'm
you.
not trying to make content. I want to understand, because my whole thing is I get. I mean, it's not about the money. It's just it's a generational gap. There's I mean interest gap. It's not just I mean his mindset about how he moves is going to be different. I mean, especially when you're talking about a black 55-year-old man in L.A. or 60-year-old man in New York that grew up in New York, 60 years old. I mean, the his whole life is going to be way different from how you're going to view things. So, is it just financial security that you're looking for? Is it just somebody that's compatible? Because how is that going to link up?
I mean, I've honestly dated men much older than me and younger than me, and I don't know, I feel like I look for like chemistry and commonalities, and if we enjoy doing like the same things, if we enjoy things, and like if we have that like get along as well. So I am looking for compatibility as well. I understand that you're saying that an older man is from a different generation, so he might have different thought process or whatever. That could be true, but I'm also out of the I'm in my late 20s. Out of the women who are in my age range, I think a lot differently from my generation because I'm very traditional. Like I like to be, I like to cook and clean. I like to make a house at home. I like to do those traditional things where a lot of women my age, they don't really like to do that and they're not looking for that either. So I feel like and it's
Hey, thanks for having me up, Noble.
I appreciate you, Roy. Rob, let me ask you a quick question, but then we're gonna let Joyce and uh Joyce and Ray speak. Um Fuck, I don't even remember what I was about to ask you. I'll think about it. Joyce, go ahead.